It's earlier than normal. I just figured I'm just gonna go on. I may cut this short, but I am working on not one, but two baby quilts. I almost said babies blankets, baby quilts. One happens to be, I don't know what the gender, if it's a boy or a girl, it's gonna be a surprise. The other one is definitely a boy. And we are gonna go farm theme. So I have this Michael Miller fabric, and it's called the Happy Hoedown. The Happy Hoedown. So here it is. Oh, actually, I just thought of other fabric I could just use. Happy Hoedown. Ooh, well, this is what I had pulled out, but there is one other that I can use. Let me see if I can find it. I have some fat quarters. I bought these from Soft Squares. I don't know if she still has any left. And they're farm themed. Farm themed. We have this. Good morning, Deb. So we're going to be pulling this quilt out of our rabbit hat. Good morning, Melanie. And we're just going to create. Now, I just thought of something just when I saw the name Hoedown. I had another fabric that was also something Hoedown. So let me go find that. It is red with little baby bottles. I used it on a baby's quilt. I actually bought it specifically to use on this baby's quilt. Now this stuff came from a wholesaler, and I bought it because it was really, really well priced. And of course you had to buy the whole bowl. So I did that. Hold on, let's see. Okay, so this one is called Henry Glass. And look at it. It's got, look, little baby bottles and little, so we're gonna use this. Look at this. This is gonna be lovely. We have this, and it brings the red in. We have this, and then we'll have some of these farm animal fat quarters. So, yeah, we're gonna go for it. Muriel, good morning. So we're gonna go for this. So I was sketching some ideas. Now with this, maybe I'm gonna change my idea a little bit. Well, first of all, let me show you this. This is like, it looks like this on one side and it's identical on the other side. I thought when I bought this was a panel, to tell you the truth. I thought, oh, this is cute. I'll get a bolt of the panel. We'll figure something out with it. I didn't realize it was probably to make little dresses or something. I'm not quite sure what it is to do, honestly, to tell you the truth. But we're going to cut it up. Good morning. I say good morning, Muriel, and we have Andrea. All right. I'm going to try to concentrate on this instead of so much of the chit chat, just because today I really would like to get these. One, I didn't realize the time just crept up on me. One of the baby showers is this weekend, and the other one I should have had in the mail already. The baby's gonna, that one was a baby shower and it already happened. So I better get myself together here. So I'm thinking for the length, 36 would be fine. All right, let's just go for a yard of this. I'm gonna cut a yard of this off. I almost didn't go live. I almost just was gonna do this and not go live. But then I thought, well, you know, just because I could then think a little bit better. But then I thought maybe someone wants to see my creative craziness this morning. I know you like it when I pull one of these things out of my hat. All right, so I'm going to cut off. I'm going to cut off about a yard of this, but I want to cut off with a nice cutoff. So there's a chicken there. So we are going to cut off where this chicken is. I think this is a good ending for this print. And I'm going to do this a strip style quilt. I'm definitely going to do a strip style quilt because it's going to go quicker and it's a good way to use this strip. So I'm going to come in here about 1/4 of an inch. And you know, the thing is that the blocks that I'm going to make above it is really going, oh, I shouldn't have cut this because the blocks above it is really going to direct. Ugh, oh well, I'm not worried about it. We'll figure it out. The reason why I was kind of cutting this first is because I want to cut these pieces off because then I want to use this top piece and incorporate it into the quilt. Yeah, yes, all the craziness, that's right. So it's cute. It's called Happy Hoedown. It's a cute print. All right, I'm going to open it. I'm going to Happy Hoedown it open. And I think we are going to cut the selvage as straight as I can. Try it this way. The hardest part of this whole quilt is probably going to be getting this where it needs to be. Okay, so I'm going to fold this in half with the selvage this way. I want to meet everything. Yeah. I guess we're going to make one. Make sure this comes out good and then work on the second one. Because I'm sure we'll find something wacky. Let's see. Okay, good. So I have that. And now, let's see, I'm going to put it on my board. I'm probably going to use, let's see what the measurement is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 looks good. 9 gives me enough sky. Yeah, 9 gives me enough sky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just going to flip this over and see what it looks like on this end. Yeah. So I did 9-inch. Well, not that you have this fabric. Maybe I should make bundles of this fabric and sell it. I need to start. So here we are. We have our strip. We have our first strip. And then I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to do the same thing, 9 inches. Make sure I have it good. And put this to a line. I think I'm only going to do 2 strips, literally just these 2 strips. I'm going to put a border so it'll make it a little bit bigger, hopefully like by a 40 by 40. Okay, so we have these 2 strips, so this is done. This part of the quilt is done. So we're going to put that up here. I'm going to put this up here, and then the second one. And I think what I was planning on doing is just using this centerpiece, and let me iron this. Thinking about using this centerpiece as kind of like the background of it. And using these pieces, you know, I was going to do 3 strips, but I may not. 9. I may just do 4. And these strips, maybe I'll use this as the border. I don't know how I'm going to work that in there, but I am. Good morning, Poopy Pie. How are you? It's been a little bit, huh? I have space for a sewing room. Any tips of organizations you like about yours? Good morning, Aisha. Well, right now my room is disorganized, but yesterday I have been trying to organize it. I don't know. Organization is it's a big thing. Organize your fabric. I organize mine by color, but people organize it in different ways. Maybe people in the chat can talk about organization. It's a thing. All right, so what I figured is I want to remember yesterday when we did the quilt that went kind of like this. So now I'm thinking we do something like that going like this across with big chunks so there's not so much to have to sew. So I am thinking, and I only sketched this out, I had in my head 4.5 by 8.5 pieces and 4.5 and 2.5 pieces, but that might actually be way too big. So math, let's math. Let's see this piece. Math is our situation here. So this should be 36. I'm gonna say after I trimmed it. Oh, it's actually 37 and it's just shy of 38. Of course it'd be just shy of 38. 1/16 of an inch shy of 38. Okay, so here we go. Let's get our trusty calculator out. So if we have 38 divided into 4.5, that means I need 8 sections, and it's a little bit big, but we could do 8 of those things I was thinking we could do. Okay. Right. Yeah, so that's 8. I'm going to write 8 pieces across. Okay. What I can do on the ends is probably, hopefully, have a little bit more of this. And then just fill it. And then we have, this is how I'm doing my quilty math. So I think I need to do 8 of these pieces that are going to go up and down. So 4.5 is going to, oh, you know what I could do? 38 divided into, I don't know, let's see. Yeah, no, we're going to go with 8 pieces. Yeah. I wonder what 5 would do. Wait. No, that gives me 40. That's too big. Okay, so 9 pieces. No, that gives me too much too. Okay, so it's 8 pieces. It's 8 pieces, but now I have to think about how I want it to go up and down. And I wanted to do 2.5 and 4.5, right? So a 4.5 inch piece here and a 2.5 inch piece there. So that gives me 4, 5, 6, 7 inches minus 1 gives me 6 inches. And that piece is 9, right? 6. So that's only a 3-inch piece. Now that's going to look weird. You know what? I'm just going to go how I have it. We are going to do a 4.5, maybe a 6, 4.5. I'm just trying to figure out the width of these kind of columns I want to make out of this fabric to kind of showcase the fabric. Let me see if I could show you what I'm kind of, here we go. This is a 4.5. This is a 4.5 by 8.5. I don't know if you can see this. 4.5 by 8.5 ruler, which is close to this piece. And so basically I wanted to have a chunk of fabric that looks like this, and it's going to go up, down, up, down, up, down. But maybe it should go, and then I want to strip piece it, is what I'm thinking I'd like to do to make this to go faster using this and that. All right, so we are going to go, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I kind of like that size. Let's see, is that too big for this? That's really too big for that. Proportion is everything. So we also want to make this so it proportionately looks good. Let's grab another. I have an idea now. It's just I have to figure out how to get it so that they're here. Is that, no, that's not enough. Maybe that is the only. Wonder what 6.5 would look like. Okay, well, here's a 5. Here's a 6.5. So if I took a 6.5 inch piece, that wouldn't look too terrible. All right. So let's go with, I think we're going to go with a 6.5 inch piece. Sorry. I think we're going to go with a 6.5 inch piece by 4.5. It's going to look odd, 4.5. But if I do, well, we could do 3.5. I could do that. Here we go. Let's see. What would it look like? It would look like, so I'm trying to make this, and then I want to alternate it. So if I do a 6.5, and then on the top, I do a 2, and then on the bottom, I do a 3.5. That might look okay. Might look okay. I don't know. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. Let's start cutting. I don't have all day. I don't have all day. So we're gonna take this. I'm gonna strip piece. I'm not gonna worry how these clouds are going to sit in the quilt, because half of it goes in one direction and half of it goes in another. Go big. Go. Yeah, I think we're gonna, maybe we should just go big, because it'll make this thing go faster, and I have to make 2 of them. And honestly, I'm gonna make them identical because they gotta get done. They gotta get done. Let's see. All right. Well, I know this part. If I do a strip set, right, it's gonna go this way, and I'm gonna put the strips this way and then cut them. Oh, this is not what I'm using for the center. This is. So let's use this one, and let's use this one. There's 8 different, like, this is cute. It's little tractors. But I don't know. Okay. This says Fabric Edition on it. I don't know what company that is, but these are tossed fabrics, except for this one. Is this one a tossed fabric? Yeah, this one is a tossed fabric. Okay. This one is not. This one kind of have to look at it to make sure it lays right in the quilt. And this one as well. Okay, so maybe I should make sure, I'll just put them all in this direction. This is the direction we're going to go. We're going to go in this direction. I think it's the best way for me to cut this. So that means that this has to be cut where the thing is this way. So if I'm strip piecing, I need to make sure my thick strip is going this way, so that when I cut them and subcut them. Oh, but then there's some, oh, but that's all right, because some go up and then some go upside down. This one is a directional print. This one is a directional print. Okay, so I'm not strip piecing because all these are directional prints. And I did not realize that until now, which kind of stinks because I thought I was going to be able to do this much faster. All right, so they're directional. So that means we have to treat this difference. And good morning, Marie. Yeah, you've seen some madness. I thought I could strip piece, then I found out I can't strip piece because there's a couple of fabrics. Okay, so we're gonna go with this. Let's start chop-a-lopping. Honestly, I'm just gonna chop-a-lop this whole thing because between the two, it'll be fine, and then if not, oh well. Okay, I'm just going to go, what did I say I was doing? I'm going to go big. That's what we said. We're going to go big. So I'm going to do this 4.5 and this 9. So which way does this need to go? Because I need 19 inches then because it's 8.5 and 8.5, 16, 17. Okay, good. I'm going on the right way. So I'm using my fat quarter. This way is the long way, the 22. This way is the 18 way. So this is how we're doing this. I'm going to just start chopping. 1. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to strategically place these, so wasn't expecting that. In my mind this morning, I thought we were going to strip piece and go for it. All right, so we are... So I had this little piece. I'll keep this, put that aside. I'm going to take all these and I'm going to stack them. And yes, I'm going to stack them 8 high. I'm living on the wild side this morning. And then what I need is 8.5. And I actually have an 8.5 inch ruler here, so I'm just going to follow this. So I'm taking all these, and I think it's, I said 8 I needed. So I have 2 for each row. 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is one row, this is another row. We only need 2 rows, but I'm going to chop a lot these other ones. What I'm not going to chop up is this. Put that aside. I'm not going to chop that one up. Okay. I decided I'm going to keep this selvage edge. So right now, if anybody is following along with me, maybe in the future you want to make this, what I did was I took the border, whatever you want to call that, the border panel pieces. That one happens to be trimmed up to 38, but we might trim it down. And then I'm going to come here and I'm doing 4.5 by 8.5 inch blocks right now. And then I'm going to cut 2.5 inch square blocks out of background, which is, I'm using the center of that border print. And 4.5 by 4.5. And then what we're going to do is, if this was all tossed fabric, I could have easily stripped pieced this and then rotated blocks, which is what I was thinking in my mind, but looking at it now, it is not. It is directional fabric, so I can't do that. And I already have it pulled out, so I'm not rethinking fabric choices. It's too late in the game for that. Here we go. So now I have my bricks here. So I'm going to put these aside because I do want to put the rows. So I have those two and these two, and they're going to repeat twice in a row. Okay, so I have 1, 2, and 1, 2. So I have these extra. I don't care. We'll do something else with it. You know, I have to make 2 baby girl blankets. Maybe it'll be this. Everybody's getting a firm theme quilt. This might be the thing. Everyone is going to get a firm theme quilt because it's the Pastryqueen. And then this way, because I have everything up, it's no joke, I do have to make 2 girl quilts. But she told me that they're decorating their room with vibrant wildflowers. So I don't want to give her something that. Okay, so we're going to cut this way because the clouds are going across and this is going to be on the quilt this way. Okay, so I'm going to take 2.5 inch over here. Oh no, it's got to be 2.5 by 4.5. Not, see, I told you wrong. This is not a 2, it's 2.5 by 4.5 because, all right, this is, yeah, and I'm cutting 3.5. That's why it looks strange. What's happening is it's going to go on top of here. So I was saying 2.5 by 2.5. That's not right. So it's 2.5 by 4.5. So I have to make a 4.5 inch strip. And then I've got to cut here. Yeah, that's right. I have to cut here 2.5. And I need, let's see, I need 16 of these pieces. So I have 4, and this one is short. Why is this one short? Okay, so 4. 8. Four, and then I need to add one more because I had that a little wonky. So that's all I need from this. And then these go for the tops or the bottoms. And then I'm going to do another 4.5 strip. And this should give me, wow, I still have some of that left over. Look at that. I'm going to cut off the edge here. Hopefully I got all the pieces. Yep. Okay, then this is going to be cut another 4.5. I'm going to come in here and grab another one. Okay, I think we have all the pieces cut. We have this too, and then I have this little piece as leftover. Let's go and sew. Let's go sew, ladies and gentlemen and friends and anybody who else I have on here, kiddos. Who knows who's on here this morning. Good morning, Raven. So welcome to my harebrained ideas, flying through the seat of my pants, quilting through the seat of my pants, series number 74, let's call it. I mean, really, I just go crazy here. That's what I'm thinking. Farm adventure means farm for now. I think I am. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could do something like with this and then find flower and do flower instead of farm animals, but I have no idea. We're gonna go with this. Turn this on. So I do have to now think strategically how this is going to look. So, probably should put this up on the board. Let's go put this up on the board before I sew. Last thing I want to do is unpick. So you could kind of see me there. And we're going to, so this is my thoughts. I know how my initial thought was, but that didn't go over, obviously. So my thought is we're going to take this and we're going to put this here, right? And then we're going to take a big one and put that there. Wish I had some of this green, because then I would have like done like the green, but I don't have that. So we're just going to go. And then this is going to have a big piece on the top. See where I'm going with this? This is going to come here. And then the small piece is going to go there, because I kind of wanted to showcase some other things. I guess I could have made the whole quilt like this and forget that, but you know. All right. So then we have this piece that would go, well, no, I don't like that. And then this piece that would go down here. Okay, so I'm going to swap this for here, this here, and I think that's how we're going to do it. So this is going to go and do a thing like that. I think I'm just going to all make them the same. If I make them the same, then I'm not driving myself nuts, and then just putting the units together. So I'm going to make this as a unit and then put 2 of those, and we should be good. So that's what I'm thinking all the way across. Do you kind of see that? And because I was trying to use this fabric, and I don't know, this is what I came up with. All right, so we're going to sew that. So I know now all these that look like the white, so I should have 3 of them. They should be with the small on the top and the bottom. And then the yellow. And this is because I'm doing it this way, because these are directional. Again, directional. Directional fabric kills us sometimes. Here we go. Put those. Okay, so I'm going to sew these first. And I need my glasses, my other glasses, because I just realized that this is on portrait again. All right, here we go. I could possibly see some. So let's run this through. I have something sitting here, so yeah, we already did that. Let's just do some regular trivia today, and maybe we'll go on an adventure in a little bit. Okay, what trio do Germans know as? Oh, I'm going to say this wrong. I'm going to have to figure out how to even say this word. It's too early in the morning. Okay. What trio do Germans know as Nipper, Nasper, and Nusper? Nipper, Nasper, and Nusper. It's, yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea what Nisper, Nasser, Nusser. Good morning, kiddo. Woke up hot with headaches, so no driving today. Oh, sorry to hear that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So what trio do Germans know as Nisper, Nasper, and Nusper? Okay, it is, I'm going to tell you a hint. It has to do with Rice Krispies. It has to do with Rice Krispies. All right, so now we're going to do the yellow, and the yellow gets a big square on top. The three little pigs. Yeah, this is weird. Like, I don't know even how children know this. It has to do with Rice Krispies. This thing, a Rice Krispies commercial, what do they say for rice? Snap, crackle, and pop. Good morning, Norma. Yes. I don't know how many kids out there know German, but it is snap, crackle, and pop. Go figure. So what reptiles often exclaim cowabunga? Cowabunga! What reptiles? Okay, I'm going to go with the green, and we're going to put the smaller square, the 2.5 inch by 4.5 inch on. I think this quilt is going to be a lot larger than I thought, and that's okay. So we went from a baby size quilt to a toddler, maybe. We'll see how this goes. Ninja Turtles. Okay, so y'all know this one. I don't. Now we're going to take the blue ones, and it is the Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles. What are Russian astronauts called? What are Russian astronauts called? You can see though, right, when I'm saying that this would go so much faster if this was a strip piece quilt. Though the catbird lady, I don't know if you've ever followed the catbird lady that does all this stuff from men's t-shirts. She did something years ago about whether strip piecing is effectively quicker or not. And she found in her study that they were neck and neck, and that it really wasn't any faster. That we think it's faster, but it really isn't. I don't know about that, but that's what she said. So who knows? Because then she says you don't have to go and cut. She says it's 2 1/2 a dozen. She didn't feel like there was any time saving. I don't know if any of you all saw that episode years ago. Years ago when I had a lot more time on my hands to watch YouTube. I think that was during COVID times. Astronauts, anybody know a cosmonaut? A cosmonaut, yes, cosmonauts is it. Okay, so I have a small one on top, so that means on the bottom here, I am putting on, so I have to look at this, how the clouds are going. And the clouds are directional, so this seems everything I'm using today is directional. I have to look at the clouds and see how it's going to lay. What wallet item do Americans call plastic? What wallet items do Americans call plastic? Okay, so now I need a short one because I have a big one at the end. See see, credit card. Credit card is the answer. How long does it take light from the sun to reach the earth? How long does it take the light from the sun to reach the earth? Well, you know what I could do? That red stuff, because here I'm doing trivia, I'm sewing, and not only am I doing that, I'm multitasking. I could use the red, that red for the back of the quilt, because I didn't think what we were going to do for the back of the quilt. Yeah, we're going to use the red for the back of the quilt. Then I'm not worrying about how to add that, and I have so much of it that, yeah, we're just going to do that. We're going to add the red as the backing for this quilt. That will be super cute. That will definitely be country farm chic. Retracted credit cards, 8 minutes. Someone said it's going to take 8 minutes. All right, and this one goes here. Wow, that's it. Okay, so we have our pieces. Except for the ones on the board. I'm going to grab those. Sometimes I wish I could pull this table up. And the answer is 8 minutes. And what should you do when driving on a road marked with 2 solid lines? What should you not do? Not do when driving on a road marked with 2 solid lines? What should you not do? Wow, these kids are pretty good if they know this. All right, so I have these pieces. Let's see, what should they not do? Not pass, do not pass the vehicle. Yes, you are not going to pass. So we're going to put these, and I'm staying up because I'm going to walk over and press all these here. And then we'll have all our pieces and put our quilt together. Maybe Lisa, oh, Lisa, if you're watching, this may actually be a 45-minute quilt, maybe. Maybe not. I'm like, what is, she said that I make 40 quilts in 45 minutes, which I don't. This one actually has gone a little quicker than I anticipated it to go. I'm like thinking, wow, this is good. This is going quick. I think I have to do a tutorial on this one. So with that other quilt, I was going to make both now, but so YouTube treats lives and video content different. And so I'm learning. All right. Yes, we're not passing. I said that right. Okay. So we're going through. And I would iron this here, but I have my, oh, my iron is off over there. Okay, so I will iron it right here. I thought it was on. All right, so I'm going to take these pieces and iron them. And while I wait for this, believe it or not, I vacuumed yesterday, and guess what? I said I'm going to turn this chair today upside down and put oil in it. And guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn the chair upside down. I even bought the oil for it. Put that out. All right, so let's go with an adventure here. Let's see, what do we have here while I'm waiting? Okay, how to treat someone with, yeah, we did this one. How to treat someone with snow blindness in the wilderness. Ready? A, tell him or her to stay put while you go for help. B, wait a few seconds for the blindness to pass. Or C, blindfold the victim and get him or her inside as soon as possible. Inside where? You're in the wilderness. Do they read their questions to themselves before they answer sometimes? C. I guess we're out in the wilderness looking for a cabin. I guess that's the deal. We have C's. Now, if I thought about this correctly, I think we won't even have any seams to match on this whole thing. Let's see. Because I'm alternating these, so the seams are going to be alternated. And then the strip is just one long strip at the bottom or on top. Ooh. Very alluring to me. Let's see. Take this. There is a lot of dust in this one, and I don't get it. Just seen all the dust that came into my vacuum. You know what I should run maybe? And I think you've told me this, to run an air filter in here, in this room. And I have one sitting in the corner outside out there. All right, so we have all these done. Let's place them. And C is the correct answer. We all have to go find a cabin or something to put a blindfold on this person and figure it out. So we are going to put this. I think that's what we did. I guess I should have taken a picture, huh? Nope. Well, this is how it's going to look now, because this is what kind of like this here. Let's see. Nope. Yep, I like this better. Okay, we're going to do it like this. There we go. So now we have this here, and this. Okay, so I'm going to now make this block here, over here. Say hi. Hi, Melanie. All right, so I'm going to take the yellow and the white, and we are going to put those two together and put some there. Yep. And then we're going to take, let me put this, you know what I'm going to do? Just do them all. There we go. So the yellow and then white, and then we'll add to it. How about that? How to protect your pet in an emergency. Ready? A, leave your pet in a low enclosed space with plenty of open windows so it can escape if necessary. B, leave your pet in an enclosed windowless space that contains high surfaces for it to jump on. Or C, don't leave your pet indoors. Your pet is safer outside and will instinctively find a safe hiding place. Or D, take your pet with you if you possibly can. I mean, that's not one of the choices, but I don't know if I had a kitty, I don't know, or a doggy, I don't know if I'd leave it behind if I had to. It came up to do that on my screen. Oh, that's cute. Well, I appreciate keeping my chat going. As clearly today, I am not keeping my chat going. I am just pedal to the metal. We have a C. There it goes. These are a little bit bigger than maybe I would have liked, but we're gonna go. It's all good. C, but D, why leave it behind? Yeah, it didn't charge me. Well, that's good. Why would it charge you? Oh, because down there, I think, I don't know, everybody's computer, or it does. It has those special thanks or super chats or whatever those things are, right? Yeah. All right, so we have these, and I am going to now pair them with a friend. Let me. And yes, there's nothing that needs to, line up here. So that's good. No seams to match so far in this quilt. Makes things go quicker. I have to finish my mountain quilt tomorrow. I think I'll finish it. Hopefully I will have these done and I can finish that. Okay, so now we're going to put this blue to this, and then we have another section of this done. Okay, it's not a 45-minute quilt. It's past 45 minutes. Open this up. These farm animals are stinking cute. They are cute. I bought 2 packages of these. I don't know. I got awfully excited, I think, that day when she had these up, because I don't know why I needed 2 of them, but I have a whole nother fat quarter bundle to use. So the answer to this whole pet thing, I'm a little disturbed about it. I'm going to tell you, I really am. I'm a little disturbed about it. I don't know if I agree with the answer maybe. But I guess this is the deal. I guess if you really can't take the pet with you, they're saying you should leave your pet in an enclosed, windowless space that contains high surfaces for it to jump on. And I'm just thinking, if water or fire is a situation, that poor pet is trapped. It has nowhere else to go. It don't matter how high something is if that room gets filled with water or with fire. So I don't know about that, honestly. I don't know about that strategy, but maybe you guys can enlighten me about the strategy, because I don't understand it. Linda says hi. Oh, they must have just put this thing down there. All right, so we have now this panel here. So we're going to put 2 of these together, and it would give me the 8 that it says I need across. Now, either I could cut down the panel to fit this, or I can add on pieces. So let's see. Let's see what we get. I also need to do these. Pieces have to be sewn. Oh, okay. Something new. Something new, exciting and new. I have no idea. That Love Boat song is stuck in my head. I think I need to watch some reruns. I've got to maybe find it online and watch some reruns. I haven't watched that show in forever. I haven't even seen reruns on that show in forever. It used to be when you had the TV with the knobs and you only had 5 channels. That was like one of those shows that were on rerun. You know what happened? Friends came out. Friends and Big Bang Theory. They kicked Love Boat reruns right out. Remember, I Love Lucy used to be a good rerun. They used to play all the time. And this one, and yes, I did not iron. I will iron that after. I'm rushing to get this. I'm excited to see what this will look like and what our next step will be in this quilt. So we have this one here that needs to get pressed. Good morning, Dawn. And this one will press all this. And then we're going to put these two blocks together. And now we're going to go to our design wall and see what we are going to do now that we've got this done. Okay, so we have these little farm strips. And yeah, I have to add something. I think I could add a whole nother one. Look at that. That looks like I could add a whole nother one right there. Let's see. I can add a whole nother one. So I got my math a little off. So I will just grab, I will cut more. So I'm going to grab another yellow, and we'll put a yellow there and a yellow here. Or I could take off this yellow, add it there, so that this way my rows are even a little different. You know what? I'll put this like this. I'll add a green over here and a yellow over there. That's what I think I'll do. What do you all think? Let me, so I need 2 4.5, and I need 2 2.5-inch pieces. That's shy of 2.5. I'm leaving you to look right now. I'm going to cut, well, what is this? This is not a 4.5. I need a 2.5. Okay, and I need another 4.5. And I'm just cutting from my stuff I already have. These little cut off pieces. And 2.5. All right, we'll put those right there. And here we are. So I have these extra pieces. I just cut these pieces here. So what do you think? Right? I should just, instead of adding yellow to both, I think I want to offset them to different ones. Yes? No? Maybe? And that's because of that seam that's there. Okay. So we have that. So I need a yellow. Well, we're going to go for it. I don't see anybody saying no to it. No objections. So we are going to go for one side where it's going. Yes, go for it. That's what I thought. Okay. So on this side, I need a small one on top of here. And then I need a big one on top of this one. Let's see, which way should this should be like that. That's so funny because when I did the math and I divided it, it said 8.7 blah, 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 blah. You know what it was? I didn't take in my account for my seam allowance. I think that's where it was. I did not do that. So yes, we're definitely offsetting it, and we're definitely gonna, so it's not too matchy-matchy. Okay. So we have these, and let me put that on this end. And I didn't have to seam rip because I was starting to think I had to seam rip. This out. It's always good to have all those extra pieces laying around, scraps sometimes. All right, now we'll go back up here and discuss the next part. I'll put this here. And then we have this. Yes, this looks so good. Okay, now let's see what the difference. It's not that much. So this now measures 37, and this measures 37 3/4. So we're just gonna chop a lop. This is exactly 37. We're gonna just chop a lop this to 37. Make our life a lot easier. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna chop a lop of this. Where am I gonna chop? Well, I'm gonna chop a lop on this side because I like this, where the hen has the 1/4 of the inch already here. Oh, and this has a different, this one has the sheep that's down here. So I will take off on this end, make this 37. And I think I'm just going to put this strip right on it and then chop a lop right here. All right, and we're gonna go and start sewing strips to this. I've lost bobbin. Bobbin struck. Woo, it is a linty mess down there. That's crazy from one bobbin. And guess what? I was cleaning those machines out, and I bet you I don't have anything to clean that with. Let's see. Okay, we'll go with this. I rarely ever use this brush, but we're going to go with it because it's really linty. Look at all that lint. There it goes. I'm going to grab into there and into there. That is a lot of lint. Okay, we're good. I just oiled it, so on the last one, so we're good. There we go. Let's get this back on the road here. We don't have time for this. We have no time for that. All right. All right, here we go. What Gulf is located between Egypt and Saudi Arabia? I hope Annette is doing well this morning, because yesterday she was leaving because she had a freak thing happen to her shoulder. What Gulf is located between Egypt and Saudi Arabia? This one. And the answer is, I didn't see any answers up there, so I'm going to say it. The Persian Gulf. The Persian Gulf. What bird is in the tree in the 12 days of Christmas? What bird is in the tree on the 12 days of Christmas? On the first day of Christmas. Yep, there we go. The answers are coming in. A partridge in a pear tree. So I want to say it's partridge. What future city started as a fort founded by General William J. Worth ahead of the U.S. Army in Texas? I think I know what this is. Yeah. It is, yeah, Fort Worth. just like the airport. All right, so I'm gonna come in here, and as you can see, I've got that little bit that I am going to chop a lop right off because it's the easiest way I could do it. You're probably out of my range. Let me see if I could do this, and then it'll follow me. Sometimes it wants to follow me. Good morning, Jamie. We're flying by the seat of our pants this morning. Oh, my camera is not wanting to do its thing. All right, so I've chopped off this part here. So now we're going to take this here. I'll just move it. So we're making up a quilt as we go. Right now, a baby one. Using some farm situations that I have. Okay. So we're looking like this now. We have that. And we have this. And now we're just going to put them together this way. And hopefully they match. And they do. And they do. So we're going to put our final to get the top. I mean, we're going to need maybe borders on here. We'll talk about that. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. Here we are. So we have, what is the Sweet Chariot singing low for? Sweet low, sweet chariot. Do kids know that? I don't know if kids know that. I kind of been thrown that these are kids. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I just had to double check. Making sure I am thinking the right song. So here we go. That's a cute. Coming for to carry me home. Yeah, I guess they know it. Coming to take me home is what I thought, and that's what it said. No, coming to carry me home. To carry me home. That's what it is. All right, here we go. How long does it take to take a cultured pearl to grow inside an oyster? How long does it take a pearl to grow inside an oyster? I'm glad it's a cute quilt because we are definitely trying to get it. Oh, look at this skater gamer boy. Good morning. Yeah, the words. All right, so we have choices for this. How long does it take a cultured pearl to grow inside an oyster? 6 months, 2 years, or 7 to 9 years? So here we are. So we just designed this morning on this channel. Now it's a little bit longer than I anticipated because I got overzealous with the sizing, especially these. I should have done them smaller, but whatever. It is what it is now. So I have 37 by 46. And it needs, I think it just needs like a border just to kind of round it out. I think I may have enough of this blue to kind of put it around. I have this here. Yeah, it's okay, yeah. So I have this here. So I've got one, let's see. This is how I measure things. Okay, so about 2 passes there. 2 passes there. And then now the clouds would go weirdly sideways if I was to do that. So I would need 4. I would need 4 pieces. No, I'd need 6. Well, 3. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pieces. So I probably won't have enough of this, which is kind of a shame because I really like this. Oh, you know what? I don't have to put a border on the top of this because it already kind of has the blue there. So I would really just need to kind of do the border here, here. I think just really on the sides, honestly, to tell you the truth, because down here we already have the green, right? And it's long enough. What do you all think? What about the red fabric? The red fabric, which is what I thought we'd use for the border, but I'm going to use this for the backing and the binding because this is super cute. And it goes with the whole theme. I mean, I could put the red around there. Oops. But I am going to use it as the binding and the backing. This is definitely going to be the binding and backing. If I do these 2.5 inch, I can get it to go all the way around the 3 and definitely would have enough to do the 2. And I'm thinking it should just stay like this because you got, that's the sun, right? The sky, and that's the ground. I think we're just going to go with that. All my pearls are natural, not cultured. I like the red for binding and backing. Yes. So this pearl situation is 7 to 9 years. 7 to 9 years is the pearl situation. Okay, then this uses up everything that I have. I kind of like that idea of using everything up. I have these pieces. I don't want to piece anything there. So let's see. To me, that looks like it's 5, and it is. So 2.5 inches. I can get 4 2.5 inch situations going. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to leave it like that. Nothing like using it all up. That was pretty quick. That went quick. I like that. I like to have that like that. All right. Maybe we should load up the long arm right now. Just stick that right on there. Oh, that was really bad. That was bad. All right. Let me go over on this side where it's nice. When I thought I could eyeball it, don't recommend that. Okay, we have this little piece left. So So all I had from that panel is these little pieces left. Okay, so I'm going to sew these on. Let's see. And they're going every which way because it's that weird panel piece where half the clouds were going up and half the clouds were going down. Blue on both sides. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And then it's done. Okay. So what's the wax framework that bees use to hold honey in? What is the wax framework that the bees use to hold in the honey? Honeycomb. I thought it was beehive, but honeycomb may be the right answer now that I'm thinking about it. I think they're talking about the inside, not the whole unit. It is the comb, so you were all right. It is the comb. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Chloe. Okay, so I don't remember if I said hi or not. I've been so into this quilt. So, there we go. We really just had enough exactly just to do the sides, which is fine. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. What's the most famous dam across the Colorado River? What's the most famous dam across the Colorado River? See. So the next baby quilt that I'm making, I'm going to make it just like this. The only difference is because I've taken out some of the fabric, I'm going to have to probably add that black and white fabric, which is fine. Because everyone should be unique on its own, right? Every quilt. Hoover Dam. Everybody's hoovering it up, so I have no idea. So I'm going to say you probably are right. I'll check in a second. I'm just going to press this and see how wide, because Hopefully I didn't make this too wide that now I can't just put on my long arm the piece of fabric and call it a day. Of course, I got to take everything off my long arm. That poor baby hasn't been used in a bit. Maybe I'll send it to Deb so she can long arm it on her cutie. Good morning, Loretta. All right, here we are. I'm gonna put it up here. I guess you can't really see it from there. I have to trim too, so let's trim up. Let's trim up this part here. And I'm just going to make sure that my ends here are square. I don't know if I show you that a lot. So I come in here and I line up my ruler this way. My seam, right, is here. That should line up and this should line up. And then you know that you have a perfect corner, or as close as you can get. Getting my kiddos to do, you're funny. Well, you know, I need a long armor to come here and be my long armor fairy. I need to find one. I keep working on my honey about this. We had this discussion again this weekend. All right, let me put this up. So here it is. I think this looks great. I'm not going to add anything to the top and the bottom. I'll put a stay stitch if I need to, but this has enough sky, I feel. And the bottom, it doesn't need sky because it's grass, and that's it. And that's what we're doing. I do, but I just can't afford it right now. There's just way too many bills between the house in Puerto Rico, my father's car that just needs to be repaired, my car that needs to be repaired, please. It's raining inside my car now, something with my sunroof. So, yeah, it's been raining and pouring, and the old man has been snoring in a way that I have never seen it snore before. It is intense what's going on around here. All right, so I'm over here. And I do need to make a second one. And so now that I've done that first one, I know I'm going to just start sorting out to see what I need here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of this, which I need that, okay? And then I need okay, so I have 4 of these and 4 of these, but only 3 of these. And actually, I need more than that because I need to, we're going to take this. And we're going to cut this up as well, the little tractors. We're going to add this. This was a 5-piece bundle that I had gotten. So this is good because now they're different. They may be the same design, but they're going to be different because I've added fabric. I think I need 4 if I'm correct on this because I need to add 1 and 1 and then the extra. So I think it's 4. And then that would make 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have to start this with it like that. because I need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 pieces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pieces. So I'll have 18 pieces. I didn't see you tried for me. Oh, so yeah, so I've got these, and I'm going to create another one of these quilts using the little tractor. I feel like I want to color those because they're so cute. Look at those little tractors. Okay, so I need that, and then I need 1 yard of this fabric here. I could make a lot of quilts with this. I don't know. I may end up putting this in my daughter's store. That's where, like, where you can find my quilts. I may start putting some fabric in my daughter's store. This is like, I don't even know why I bought a bolt of this Michael Miller fabric. I know that I had to. I know I wanted this, and the only way I could get it was to buy a bolt at the wholesaler. Or maybe I'm just going to make a lot of... Actually, someone just asked me to make them. They'd pay me to make them a quilt. And they said if I would cut them a big break, that they don't care what I made it out of. So maybe that's what I'll do, because I've got a lot of this. All right, so that was 37. So I actually want to give myself a little bit more. Right, we said that was 37. Let me see what we said this piece was. I'm pretty sure we said it was 37. Yep, it was 37. So I need more than a yard. I have an idea too what to do with this panel. I was thinking of taking the repeat, because this panel would be easy to do a repeat on it. And let me go all the way. Here we go. And maybe do some kind of kaleidoscopy thing with this, just to see what it would look like. I think it, though, may look a little strange. You might get heads looking in weird places. But it would be a fun way. No, I feel like it'd be fun. Okay, we're just going to cut it here. Here we go. Now, I don't think I could do it with the sky part, but maybe do the kaleidoscope here. Because, let me show you where the repeat is. The repeat for this is you just would take it. So if I started at the pig, let's say I want to start at the pig. The pig is an 18-inch repeat. So if I cut this every 18 inches, I would get a repeat. And then if I put, I think it's 6 together piled up and then cut it. I just have to remember, it's been a long time. Where did you find this print? I found it at the wholesaler in Massachusetts. They do not sell to the public. And it's called Happy Hoedown Michael Miller fabric. This one is Michael Miller, Happy Hoedown. And this one I also found there. And this one is Henry Glass Doll Babies. Now, this one I did buy intentionally because it matched this firefighter fabric baby quilt I had to make. All I know was it would have cost me more money to buy yardage at the quilt shop than if I just bought this. This was years ago. I'm telling you, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe even longer. And I just opened the plastic on this. Okay, so there you go. I have all my pieces. So I will be cutting this and then again using this part as the background. So this I think is a pretty good use. So I used, you know, you could make this a yard. I mean, it's 37 inches, but you could make this using a yard easily. All you would have to do is trim on both sides, on either side, a 1/2 inch, and then you could use 36 inches, okay, to do this quilt. And then let's say you use a yard of that, and then you use, for variety, I used 4 fat quarters, but I only use half of it. I really used an 1/8 quarter, right? An 1/8 quarters, I don't know what they call it. Fat eighths. I guess you can use fat eighths. And you can use 4 fat eighths, which equal 2 fat quarters. This lends itself to scraps. Just put it this way. This lends itself to scraps. Nursery curtains and accessories. I think that's what it was made to be. I thought it was a panel. I thought that was like the beginning and then there was going to be something else. But, haha. Joke's on me. I opened it up and this is what I got. It's totally fine because it's totally cute. So I will make that, not today. I'm tired. I'm actually going to get off here. It's going to be 7:30 and I'm exhausted. Oh, you know what I did want to do? I wanted to measure how big this was. And maybe I did and I forgot. Villa. I finally got to Walmart and went through the self-checkout. No problems. Well, that's good. Because I was really, it's 41 inches. Hey. I think that we get 41 inches, actually. Let's see. Let's see what we get on this. I think this is 42. It'll be tight on my long arm, but I really... Let's see, before I go, because now inquiring minds want to know. You watch. My daughter's been on me. She says, Mom, I wish you would cut some quilt kits out for the stuff that you do on your lives and whatnot and put it on the web page so that if someone wants to make it, they can just order a quilt kit. And maybe I will. I don't know. Okay, so this is 40, definitely is 42 wide. So you would just get it on here, but it would work. I'm sure it would work. Let's see. We're going to take this. Oh, yeah. I can absolutely look at this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is going on the long arm. This is going to be easy breezy because it'll fit. Just all I have to do is load it on vertically like this. Because the extra space I would need needs to be here, not necessarily on the sides. Okay, good. We're in the clear. Not that everybody needs to see that, but we are in the clear. So everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel, which you all already do because you're all lovely and wonderful. On your way out, I would love it if you can give me a thumbs up. That would help me out. And if you're watching this in the future, let me know what you think of this. Fast, easy, fly by the seat of my pants, quilting. I don't know. My quilting life. See you all soon. Bye. Give you a picture of that one last time. Finished.